back to Hollywood Live. I'm Jack Canfield, your host. My next guest is ILONA SELKE. She is an international author, a seminar leader, and the owner of the Shambhala Oceanside Resort in Bali, one of the most wonderful places on the planet, by the way. I am so thrilled to have you here.
Me too.
Thank you for joining me. This is going to be another one of those experiences where I wish we had 3 hours to talk.
Me too.
We don't, but we'll dive right into it. So tell us a little about yourself and a little about what you do.
Well, as you just said, I'm an international author and bestseller in America.
Oh, very
and good. Yeah, and my husband, Dr. Don Perez, and I started our company Living from Vision 25-ish years ago. And we created Living from Vision to teach people how to live from vision. Mm-hmm. It teaches people how to be the genie in a bottle, their own genie in their own bottle. So we teach people how to use their consciousness to create change in their life, for themselves and for others.
Now, you didn't probably, maybe you were, when you were 5 years old, there must have been some event that occurred from when you were a child to when you became what you're doing now. Was there a defining moment or a defining event that said, okay, this is what I want to be doing with my life?
It's progressions of that. I remember when I was 10 years old,
okay,
I had figured out the law of manifestation, except I thought it was everything I focused on that I didn't want, I got. You know, it's what most people do, right? That happened again and that happened again. It's because we focus on it. Mm-hmm. So this is how I got my bike. I said, I do not want a bike. Please, no God, no bike for Christmas. And what did I get? My bike. Because what we hold in our mind and what we visualize, what we feel, is what we get, even if it's something we don't want. Mm-hmm. And so that may have already started me on the path. And I remember when I was a teenager, I said, I'm going to teach people how to do that. But of course, then I learned that it's what you hold in your feeling body. And so that's really the secret. You know, you have to feel as if you are in your future now. Mm-hmm. And so that part matters the most. And then, of course, we take people by the hand, you know, and people can learn how to do that. So that's what we love to do.
And so you met your husband.
Mm-hmm. When I was 21.
When you were 21, where did you meet?
He was my meditation teacher.
He was your meditation teacher?
Yeah, I was studying philosophy on the East Coast in America, and he was my meditation teacher, and he said, Ilona, you're not going to find the secret to the universe at a university. And he was right. So I studied all the consciousness movement stuff from the inside out, and we created miracles. Would you mind, tell you a story?
Sure.
This is how we really started, my husband and I.
Mm-hmm.
We went hiking in the Colorado mountains one afternoon, and we laid down on this grassy knoll, and we pretended that we had $11 million each. And we thought, what would you do if you had $11 million? So we said, okay, I'd have a house over there on that island and here, live internationally, travel internationally, write books, be a seminar teacher. We went all out. And then it just took a few years, and we wanted to make millions of dollars and have a lavish lifestyle that made a difference on planet Earth. So that's what we do now. At the time then, we just made it all up. So.
Now, do you live in Bali full time?
We live there about 7 months, 8 months out of the year.
And the rest of the year?
2 months we've traveled teaching in Europe and Asia, India, China now, and then in America 3 months where I have my island home. We created a geodesic home there.
Oh, really?
And today on equinox, it's actually lining up with the lights lining up only on equinox today.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. So tell us about the Shambhala retreat that you have in Bali.
Well, it's Shambhala, and that means heaven on earth. And we have beautiful employees that I run a different company than most people. We run it more with the heart, with spirit, and we do profit sharing. But the way it manifested was very interesting. When I was still training to be a massage therapist in my way to become a psychotherapist, I was supposed to write down my homework as to what I was going to do in life. And so I wrote up a page full of everything. I'm going to have a retreat center, it's going to be vegetarian, we're going to teach seminars, I have other people coming, we offer massages, yoga, all this, right on the ocean. So then, 25 years later, after we'd built Shambhala in Bali, I found this piece of paper when I was back in America. I cleaned up my drawers and found my homework and read it out loud to myself, and I'm like going, oh my God, I had forgotten that I had wanted this. And I used to say to people, I don't know how I got a retreat center. It was never really one of my big plans.
But it was.
And I found out the universe is listening.
It is. Well, that's a good title for a book.
Well,
The
actually, it
universe
will
is
be.
listening.
You know, if I had the future come to me and give me a message, it'd be
Right.
dream big. The universe is listening.
There you go. Now,
So
you do have
that
a
is-
book. Tell us about your book.
Well, I have several books.
Okay.
Yeah, one is called Wisdom of the Dolphins. The other one is called Dolphins, Love, and Destiny. Those are for adults, and it teaches specific techniques, how to manifest things, how to work through the blockages. Because you know, all of us have like moments where things aren't working, or we are coming to a turning point in our life, or people are sick, or don't have the job or the money. So it gives tools in the book of how to shift that around. Because the thing is, the world gives us stepping stones. All those stumbling blocks are just to step with them into our next higher levels. And then goal setting becomes more of a journey of spiritual evolution rather than just gaining more material wealth.
Right.
You become a better and better being, and then you start contributing not only to your own life, but to the life of other people, much like you are doing.
Right. And for our viewers, I'll just tell you her dolphin experience. You had 10 years in Key West swimming with dolphins, taking people on dolphin encounters. So that's where that comes from.
Yeah.
Now, normally I would ask people at this part of the segment to look at the younger self that they were as an entrepreneur and say, what advice would you give to them? I'm going to ask you a little different question.
Okay.
Because a lot of people have this deep, intuitive, empathic sense of who they are, which is what you are, that doesn't always get validated by the culture. And if you were talking to a younger person who has these awarenesses but isn't getting a lot of reinforcement from parents and friends, what would you advise them? What would you tell them?
Believe in yourself. It really is. We are the forefront. We are the paradigm shifters. We are the people who are at the edge of the crest of the wave, and we're helping other people become and recognize that as normal. Like when I was teaching quantum consciousness like 25 years ago, people looked at me strangely.
Yes.
When I opened a bank account in Germany and they said, you do what? If we find out you're a cult, you know? And now it's everywhere. Mikako, when I was lecturing at the Prophets Conference, he says to people, you know, it's in our consciousness, and our consciousness changes the quantum wave, but it hasn't permeated to the pop culture yet. So that's what we are. If the young people who are feeling like I might be off, I might be different, just go on, set your goals high and work for it. Stay with it. Stay with your vision, stay with your goals, and make them happen. Because we are the visionaries.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. The Dalai Lama said the world will be saved by women of the West.
And people like you. 500 million books worldwide.
That's true.
Thank you. Thanks for breaking the ice.
Well, thanks for being there in Bali. When I come over next time, I will stay with you guys.
Please
Okay.
do. I would love that.
So if people want to find out about you, your work, your books, the resort in Bali, where do they go?
Well, the first place to go is www.livingfromvision.com.
Livingfromvision.com.
And you know, people get a free ebook that you can, of course, buy at Amazon for $17, but it gives the steps on how to shift, how to use your consciousness to create your life that you want, and how to shift the problems into visions and power. So I give those things away because I really want the world to get it, as many people as want to read it.
Beautiful.
And then you can learn how to do the Living from Vision course. I have demo courses. You can do it for free, test it out, see if it's for you. And then, of course, if people really want to make a difference in other people's lives, become a coach, join our team. We're teaching worldwide. The course is available in Chinese now.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for who you are and what you're doing in the world.
Thank you
So
very, very
beautiful.
much.
My pleasure. Thank you. Wow. I hate to leave, but we have to. So stay tuned. We have a message from one of our sponsors. We'll be back in just a few moments.